that way. I was
You're
just
on
like,
friendly compliment
if you knew
probation.
my- I was
After
just like,
5
if you-
years,
if
I'll
you
give
knew
you
my
a compliment.
batting average, you wouldn't think that I looked good.
Yeah.
You know, because my batting average is pitiful.
Wow.
You know, it's one of the many things I get really depressed about.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, that's why when, you know, my internet girlfriend gets mad at me, it really hurts because now I can't even keep an internet girlfriend? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Right. Homeless LA Hollywood stabbing. There was one on Halloween. It's sort of like, oh my god, if stabbing is just the way. Man fatally stabbed while eating in Los Angeles. Oh my god, I'm so glad you don't live there anymore. I'm sorry. Fatal stabbed.
Oh, I know.
Stabbed over $1. Yeah, here we go. Panhandler gets 2 years in fatal stabbing? Are you kidding? What? This is gonna piss people off. Only 2 years? Fatal stabbing? He killed someone by stabbing and he gets 2 years. Are you kidding me? California.
That's ridiculous.
What happened?
That's obscene. You must have had Johnny Cochran or something.
Homicide number 165. Homeless man found stabbed in Hollywood. Okay, that's a different one. Okay, that's 2009.
I wouldn't recommend going through their news stories all day. It's probably not going to be a good read.
Right. No. Matty says don't go through the LA stabbing. Matty says it's not helpful. Because you're hungry. But like that's just taking it too far.
That's called being hangry.
Yeah, hangry. That's a bit too hangry. Yeah. God. Oh, that's so sad. I know it's very alarming. Okay. I like this one. Here we got false police report.
Incidents in the past. Yes, there have been incidents in the past where these have guns.
Oh no! They're freaking lying to the cops.
What are you talking about? You're using some kind of bias against me, or the narrative that people are. Chelsea.
Good to know they like to lie to the cops.
Wibble.
Good to know they like to lie to the cops. Lying to the cops.
Wow. I heard what he was saying, but not what you said.
So basically, they're straight lying to the cops. Okay. Well, no, that's freaking pisses me off, actually, that they're willing to lying to the cops. Interesting.
Well, everybody lies to the cops unless you're the victim.
Right. That's why the cops are like, you must be lying, right? You must be lying. And I'm like, is this like a joke agency? You only deal with hoaxes? Or like, is anybody ever allowed to be sincere, ever? Wow,
right.
That is fucking upsetting. I don't even know how to respond. Sometimes it's better not to respond. There's a guy in the
You do know this is a public sidewalk, right? So what about these protests that I go to? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
I'm a journalist.
I have no idea where you go.
Yeah, well, Chelsea knows exactly who I am, apparently. What do I do at the protests? I film. Hey, do you have the mask? Do you have the American flag mask with the... I do. Oh, can I see it? Yeah. Hell yeah. This is an Antifa hangout. The clients here at New Avenues for Youth are predominantly Antifa, and the people running this shelter, day program, are far left affiliated.
Far left affiliated. Oh,
this is a progressive den right here.
Progressive den.
They are in a lockdown right now.
It's like my crush on Carter Page. I get crushes on like.
Who gave them to you?
I don't know. I think humans
Are they serving
need to
outside?
be more free. They need to be more free.
They're not letting like more than 25 people in at a time, or.
I'm kind of a mix of everything.
I'm taking video. Oh, wait.
I think
I'm a journalist.
To me, it's more like high school bullying. It's just
downtown Portland, and specifically the coronavirus outbreak and. Maybe. Actually, what makes you think it's fake?
It's definitely fake. First of all, no one's seen a fake fucking person. It's already proven that anything that comes from coronavirus was man-made.
I think
Every CEO of every big company, Disney, Microsoft, fucking Walmart, Target, you think of it, they've all dropped out. There's something more than just coronavirus. Coronavirus is just a joke.
What was that? I have too much going on. Oh, what were you saying?
I was saying he just needs more protection. He's asking for trouble.
Yeah. And if you saw his pretty face, you'd be like, oh, you're really asking for... You can't do that and have, like, freckles and pretty red eyelashes and, like, long, pretty red hair. That's, like, really gonna piss people off there.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not talking about his appearance. I'm talking about what he's doing.
Well, I think when you're...
He should definitely carry something like mace with him.
Right, Keith does that. And, I think part of it is, like, appearance... Because of being a woman, women are constantly thinking defensively about their beauty and how to hide it. And I think men basically need to, like... I don't know, maybe it's like they have to have enough interactions or bullying or attacks that it... like, being bullied for their looks. But basically, that's what I saw right away. I was like, oh, you're being bullied for your looks. He's like, whatever. It's like, shouldn't be that big a deal, but evidently it is. But I think that it's almost like, I hashtagged it, like, no Irish need apply, but I think there are stereotypes, furthermore, that are directed at genotypes within what is lumped as Caucasian. Like, the Gaulish Euros will persecute the Anglos, will persecute the Irish, and I'm like, come on, guys. Like, we're really a melting pot here in America. Not enough to eliminate hatred, though, and so it's kind of sad. Yeah. Stereotypes. Yeah.
That is completely...
Have you been on the end of anti-Irish discrimination, Matty O'Connor? Yeah, like how? Whoa. Yeah, I see what you're saying, dude. Right.
Like if you're certain other nationalities, you tend to make it very fast. And,
well, there's also super saturation, and I accept that. I accept that.
People call that a trope, but it's also true.
Yeah. I feel like my voice is unwanted, which is why I, like, try to lurk in the periphery. Like a Year of the Snake likes to lurk around in the shadows, but, like, I'm just, like, fine. Anyway. I grew up in the black neighborhood of Nashville. I was, like, super... I wanted to have their hair type, It was like, I felt shortchanged with straight hair, but I don't know. We need more love. We're going to have to work together. We don't understand what's going on with this virus, do we?
Well, no, the virus is, going to be a massive irritant. It's going to, just make things worse in terms of, people discriminating against people. Look at what's happening to Asian Americans because of the virus.
Yeah, it almost feels like it's out of nowhere. Like, it's sort of like the most illogical conclusion is, oh yeah, be racist. That's like, where did that ever, like, ugh, I'm still so, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, of course, going back to what I said about what Trump said about it, is that he may have said the good thing about it, but he, of course, kept calling it the Chinese virus. So that he started the problem, in a sense.
You know what? Okay, Miles Guo, my millionaire, my blogger online, he's basically in exile, Chinese in exile. He's like, no, call it the CCP virus. This is the Chinese Communist Party's either deliberate infliction of it or mismanagement of the crisis. Basically, like, the Chinese government came up with the conspiracy to blame military, basically impugn American DoD, Department of Defense bioterror, bioweapons, importing it to China, inflicting it on China, then blaming China. And basically it's a propaganda war of who started it, who did it, who created it. We know it was engineered. And so the war about calling it Chinese or not Chinese is who is doing the bioterror. So the Miles Guo is basically saying it is the Chinese Communist Party. The Chinese are good people. There are lots of lovely Chinese people who are being oppressed, put in concentration camps, having their organs ripped out. So as a Chinese human rights activist, so I'm following the thread of the people that really want it to be called the CCP virus, but they want to overthrow the regime in power there. And I'm kind of like, oh, this is going to be like more Tiananmen Square type stuff. Like, do you remember that when we were kids?
No, of course I do.
That was so influential. I was just like, I write about it, I think about it. I explained to my mom the falling of the Berlin Wall was like so huge for my generation. You don't even understand. It's kind of part of where grunge came from. It was like, we cannot collaborate with your government, with your system. We're neat. We are not in education, employment, or training. We are outcasts of your society permanently. We had 9/11 to devastate us psychologically. We don't understand what's going on. Weird, like I was saying to Brandon, the disaffected youth or the but now I see these like generations happening of like even more, it's almost like they're more out of balance or something, or like our generation, they either overdosed or they didn't, they made it through and they got alcoholism and whatever, but I don't know what's become of these little kids because they don't even have a lot of what were the basics that we hoped could, like, I don't know, just things like back in like around 2000 or the 90s, you could get a job in an apartment and then nothing about that was like a big deal. Stuff was affordable and the economy floated a little bit. But now it's like all this, like, it's such this epic struggle for survival and it's just terrible. And I'm like, for all the advantages I have in education and, you know, I have advantages. I know I do. But it's not, like, I just can't even believe it. Like, I'm got a decent living situation for a second. I'm like, oh my God, like, what do I have to do?
Well, yeah, I mean, in terms of housing, at least for me, if it wasn't for what my family did after Stephen threw me out, I don't know what I would be doing.
Right.
You know, it's just, it's unbelievable that they did what they did. I mean, basically, the house I'm renting from them, they're giving me a $300 discount in terms of the amount of money it costs to rent a house in that area.
Or could we say it the other way? They're not giving themselves the $300 profit margin. of just completely crushing you in total poverty while they, like a normal landlord.
Yeah, right. They're not being a normal
Yeah,
landlord at all. They're being
yeah.
super nice. It's almost like subsidized housing.
Right. Okay, I'm mad at. Okay, so I'm feeling like exhausted, annoyed. I think I should change the music, eat some dinner, drink some coffee, and review our work, and I'll send it to you later. Okay, Maddie. But thank you
Oh,
for
sure.
being my
If
thank
you
you
gotta
for
go,
being
that's
my
fine.
friend and making me smile. You bring out a good side of me, Maddie, especially on camera,
Well, thanks. I mean,
given the
I'm
circumstances.
glad I could do that. I just wish I was more successful myself.
Yeah. Okay. Is my battery gonna die? And then, why is this interface acting stupid and crazy? Like, is my mouse broken? What the hell? It's like it's almost like, is it jammed? Is it saving? Is it doing that thing Blogger used to do when it... Okay, anyway, I need to stop this.